Good morning, crafty friends. Hello and happy Tuesday. How's everybody doing out there? Let me know that you are joining in today for the live. I am excited to see your comments and have a little chat with you guys. We are in the final stages of preparation for our big Stamp Joy event. It is happening, kicking off this Thursday. So 2 more days for those of you who are attending. We are so excited. We're getting everything kind of cleaned up and tidied for you to take tours through our facilities. We are getting everything ready for that kickoff party. We'll be palletizing and packing everything to go down to the event center then for Friday and Saturday, and it is going to be so much fun. So if you are going to join us, then let me know in the comments. Will you be here? I know lots of you are even traveling from long distances, so maybe today is a travel day. Lots of people are getting in early and checking out what Central Iowa has to offer before the event. So if you're traveling soon, safe travels, and if you're seeing this later, then hopefully you had safe travels to get here. We're excited to welcome everybody soon. So that's kind of what's in the background of Tailored Expressions right now. And that is why we are doing what we're doing this week on the live and taking a little bit of a breather from brand new products. And we are going to do some education and information around all of our glitter sparkly products. It is the time of year for everything to sparkle. I know I love my Christmas cards to have some kind of foil or shine or shimmer or glitter on them. And so if you are like me, then hopefully this will be an informative thing for you to find out what are all the different glitter products, in what instance would I want to use them, how do I want to apply them, what are they recommended for, all of those things we're going to talk about. And in addition, we have a special sale for you guys. So let me pop this graphic up just so you can see that. We have 10% off our All That Glitters. So glitter and sparkle products are 10% off this week, and that goes through next week on Tuesday. So if you are stocking up for your sparkly holiday cards, now is the time to grab those glittery products. You can find them by going to the Tailored Expressions website and clicking on Shop All That Glitters, and you will find everything there that is on sale. So hopefully this will help you guys kind of make those decisions as well, so you can kind of get an idea of what are all the glittery sparkly products. Of course, we have curated a collection for you, and so there might be something you think that qualifies as glittery or sparkly, but we had long discussions here in the office about what's glitter versus shimmer, what's sparkle versus shine. So you can find all of the decisions that we made for that curated category under Shop All That Glitters. I do have potentially some new to you products to share today as well, and so we're going to talk about those in a little bit. I say new to you because we did release some new products with the Crop and Create event that I taught at for Scrapbook and Cards Today a couple of weeks ago. And now we're kind of sharing them with all of you. They've been available on the website, but if you haven't had an opportunity to happen upon them, then they will be new to you. So let's say hi to some people. Good morning, Andrea. Hello, Monica. Hi, Deb. Going to Stamp Joy. Awesome. Hello, hello. Michelle's here today. Maybe someday in person. We would love to see you here. Hello, Pam. ECs, I know you're coming. Hopefully on your way soon. Hello, Shirley. Good morning from Arkansas. And Danetta is here. Let's see, those are my YouTubers. Let's see who I've got joining on Facebook today. I gotta figure out, I think Facebook is the blue comments, and then red comments are from YouTube. So we've got Valerie here. Hi, Patricia. Hello, Megan. Susan. Heather's here. Lucy. Well, not only are many of you traveling, but lots of my friends and fellow teachers are traveling to be here too. So it's like a little reunion for us as well. We're excited to get together, teach you some fun stamping techniques this weekend. And then if you signed up for our virtual event this fall, the staycation, if you weren't able to get here in person, we had that staycation class. and we will all be joining you again, all of the teachers, to teach that class. So some exciting things happening this fall. Let's get into the All That Glitters. You can see All That Glitters in front of me here. It looks like some people on Facebook are having trouble with the video freezing. We don't have any issues on YouTube, so if it's an option for you to pop over to YouTube, I would suggest that. I don't see any connectivity issues on our end.
Yeah, I'm
so
really good.
yeah, maybe refresh or close out and join back again, or pop over to YouTube. And that's what Amrita said. I went to YouTube instead. It looks like it's working great. So let's start talking about glitter. How many of you love glitter? Do we have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with glitter? I know there are lots of different kinds, and depending on what you're doing, you may choose to use one over another. Or if you have particular, maybe you don't like getting something on your fingers, or you don't like having glitter all over your desk, or maybe you don't mind that idea. So lots of different reasons why you might choose a particular product, and we're going to go through all of the ones that are part of our sale today, and we're going to talk about them. But first, I mentioned I wanted to show you some potentially new to you products. We had a really fun time teaching at the Crop and Create event this fall, and we designed some brand new products that we released during the event. And if you haven't had a chance to check them out on the website, this is called Play on Words. It is a set of layering stencils. There are 3 stencils included, and you blend in order to create these fun word sentiments. So a lot of times sentiments are kind of the last thing we think about on our project. We design all of the imagery or the patterning, and then we just stick a sentiment on it. In this case, the sentiments are designed to be your focal image, and they are large and take up, a good majority of your card front. In this case, for the holiday version, we have Merry, Joy, and Holly Jolly are the 3 words that this stencil set makes when you blend it together. So we'll be using this today, and I'll have a chance to try out lots of the products that are on our glitter sale while we create with this particular stencil. Then, to go along with it, you want to be able to cut out those words and pop them onto a background. So this is the Play on Words Holiday Dies. So you can cut out the words that you blend with that stencil set. And then we also created Play on Words Holiday Foilets. There are 2 different options in here. One that creates a more distinct looking foil with those darker areas, and then this one here that outlines all of your blended words. So both of those coordinate with the stencil using the alignment squares that are printed on the toner foilable panels. We'll be doing some foiling today because that is definitely a glittery, sparkly product that we have in our collection. So that is Play on Words Holiday. Let me show you some of the things that were created using these fun products. So these are the 3 cards we're going to be making on the live today. You can see they have a little bit of a non-traditional color combination. I decided to throw some pink in there with the red and green. I used our new wintergreen color, which I'm loving for the holidays. And maybe you're already looking at these and picking out all the different glittery products that I used. We've got glitter grab and loose glitter. We have glitter cardstock. We have foil with stars and sparkles. We have glitter drops. I did happy medium. I did Astro paste, and I will talk you through all of it. So these are the fun things that we will be doing. It looks like EC's asked about the non-holiday version. Will it be released in the future? Yes, the version of that stencil that we used at Crop and Create will be released in the future, likely not until next year. We do our Throwback Thursdays, so that's when we have plans to release that. Okay, let's look at a few other sets of cards that were designed with this stencil set. Jill Hawkins created these 3 fun cards using the Merry, Joy, and Holly Jolly. I love how those turned out. Super fun. And then Susan We were all in the mood for pink, I think, because we all used some variation of pink on our cards, and Susan created these using the foilet panels. You see, if I get them into the light just perfectly, they are shimmering and shining on those words because she used the foil on that foilet pattern. And then also Susan, she knows how to make a shaker out of just about anything, and so this one, the joy word, is actually a shaker with our little tiny diamonds that match her background colors. So, so cute. All right, so let's talk about glitter, shall we? I have a little, actually, I have a lot of information for you guys today. So,
girl, bring that bling.
Yes, is that what the words that have been wanting to come out of your mouth?
Bring that bling.
Bring that bling. Glitter is definitely having its moment today at TE. So we're gonna start talking about glitter cardstock. We put together this glitter cardstock bundle for you. So if you think, you know, I am really loving the glitter cardstock, especially for the holidays. We put together our most popular holiday colors in a bundle that's available in our All That Glitters category. So you would get 10% off of that. I did forget to mention there's no coupon code necessary. The sale prices are reflected on the website, so you just add it to your cart and you'll already know what the sale price is because it's on the item page. So this is glitter cardstock. Let me pull out a little bit of this. What people love about glitter cardstock, it is typically recommended for die cutting. You can die cut it, and a couple different of our glitter cardstocks have different weights to them. So some of them feel a little heavier like cardstock, others are a little bit lighter weight, but all of them are non-shedding. So that is one of the big perks of glitter cardstock, is it doesn't shed on your project. So you can rub and rub and rub over this and the glitter does not come off on your hands, which is very nice. It's also good for covering large areas with sparkle. Because you get these big pieces, you can make background panels. You could even put your sentiment on a full piece of glitter cardstock if you wanted to do something like that. Or you can use it sparingly by die cutting pieces from it. Another kind of unexpected, unique use for specifically for the white glitter cardstock that we offer, you can actually blend on it, which you can see I did here with this Holly Jolly. I took that through the layering stencil that I just shared with you and blended each layer on top of the glitter cardstock and then die cut it. So that makes your entire image sparkly. I will say when you do this, pick a darker color than what you think, because the way that that glitter refracts on your color, it kind of tones it down just a little bit. So for instance, on my original project, I used Strawberry Milkshake. And on my glittered piece here, I used Lollipop, because the lighter pink just shows up even a little bit lighter when you blend it on the glitter cardstock. So that is one of my favorite uses specifically for the white glitter cardstock, but I love that if you want the no mess version of glitter, then glitter cardstock is the way to go. And we have this in an entire rainbow of colors. All right, let's see. EC's asked, is the glitter cardstock flat enough that you could put a glitter paste? For example, putting the red medium on the white through a layer. Yes, yep, you could definitely add paste over the top of the glitter cardstock for sure. Good question. All right, next up we have loose glitter. And I think loose glitter, we did also make a bundle for this, so you can find that in our All That Glitters category. For the holidays, we have our red, green, silver, gold, and then our sugar cube, which is a translucent sparkle, like a holographic glitter. And that's available then in the All That Glitters category. But I think loose glitter kind of gets a bad rap sometimes. So it is known for being maybe a little messier because it can get all over. We do have things to help with that, like our little vacuum cleaner. You know, you can use your vacuum cleaner to clean up the extra particles, but
Our Marilyn Monroe
oh, there she is. Marilyn Monroe bot can help you. Just press her little nose and she cleans up your, sounds like she's got something inside of her that we got to clean her out, but she can definitely help with cleaning up spilled glitter if you do get it on your surface. But I wanted to talk about some of the things I love about this. You'll see when we get to creating our project, it creates a vibrant, bold glitter. Whatever accent you're using is bright and vibrant, as opposed to things like the Astro paste and the Happy Medium. When I show you my projects again, you'll see I did 3 different glitter techniques, and this one with the loose glitter is the most vibrant. Now, there are definitely things you can do to help with the mess, and I call this dip versus dump. So a lot of times when we're using glitter, we tend to dump it out of the container onto our project, and that's how it gets everywhere. So my solution for when I'm able, for not getting glitter everywhere, is to dip versus dump. So let me grab an image that I have here. This was from our holiday Home for the Holidays stencil set. So I'm going to take and apply some glitter here. Let's say I want snowy roof. I'm going to use the two-way glue pen to add this, and I want just a little bit of a snowy roof here. So I'm tracing up on top of my house. Put a little on the chimney. We have some down here that sits on top of that layer. Now I need my reverse tweezers, and then I'm just going to dip in here as opposed to dump. Now sometimes, of course, when it's on this pointed end and it's a little bit easier to get on your paper, that works. But if you have portions of it that live a little bit farther down into your image, then the dip doesn't work as well. But if you can dip versus dump, it's going to save you a lot of stress and a lot of mess. And then you get your pretty glittered, snowy, snow-topped house without all the mess. So I choose to dip over dump whenever I can.
Stacy says dip, dump, duck, dodge.
Yes! Come up with all the D words that you can do with glitter. Duck, dodge, dodge the glitter. All right, so that is loose glitter, and there are lots of different ways you can apply it. So I have some of those methods here with me. You saw me just use the two-way glue pen. We have this on the Tailored Expressions website. We also have the Nouveau Crystal Glaze is this bottle. A lot of times I will also use our glitter grab. You'll see me use that when we get crafty a little bit later. You can use that to apply the glitter as well. You can also just use your regular liquid glue. So if you've got your glue press or your glue tube from TE, those can be used as well. Anything that dries clear is a good option for applying glitter. Okay, let's talk about glitter pastes. I know we've talked about these a lot. These are typically recommended for applying through a stencil using a media spatula or a stencil pal. You can also apply them direct to paper if you don't want to use them in a stencil. And the ones that I have here in front of me are Tailored Expressions. This is our Happy Medium Red. Then I have one from Astro Paste, which is called Bee Sting. And then I have one from Stickles. This one has some more different larger glitter pieces in it, if you've ever tried the Stickles glitter gel. Those are the 3 pastes that are part of the sale category this week, and there are some differences between them. We're going to use these 2 today, and I can explain how they're different, but in general, the difference is the Tailored Expressions Happy Medium is translucent, which means you'll be able to see through it to whatever color you applied underneath, where the Astro Paste is opaque. That means when you apply it, you won't be able to see the color underneath it. So you can apply this over any color cardstock and it will still look like red glitter. This you would want to apply over red ink so that you get glittery looking red pieces. Otherwise, if you apply red over green ink, you're going to get green ink with red sparkle on it. Hopefully that makes sense. Translucent, opaque. This one is also translucent. So the Stickles and the Happy Medium are translucent. They dry clear and you can see underneath them. And the Astro paste is opaque and you cannot see underneath it when it dries. All right, now we have another sparkly product is our Sparkle Embossing Powders. And these look like this. We have these in lots of different colors as well. And you can see I have silver, gold, white, and black. And if I open up, I think the black might be the easiest to see, all of that sparkle inside there. So this just gives you the option to create maybe some really intricate designs. That's what I would recommend embossing powder for. You can do intricate sentiments with sparkle or any kind of imagery that's maybe more intricate. Embossing powder is a great way to do that with some sparkle in it. And one thing that I forgot to say, I'll wait till Whitney comes back because I thought I had something up here to talk about another way to make sparkly embossing powder, but I don't see my little sample here. Must have misplaced that a second. Okay, I'll talk about that when she comes back. Next up we have glitter drops, and that looks like this. So this is an easy way to apply just a little bit of glitter or sparkle to your projects. Small spaces, tiny accents. It's a great value. For $8.50, you get this whole bottle that's gonna last you a long time. We use these a lot, and I think my lowest bottle is maybe down to here right now, so I still have quite a bit left in them. You do need a pick and place tool is kind of recommended for applying these, and you can use them with things like liquid glue to apply them. You can also apply them with crystal glaze. So lots of colors available in the glitter drops. I thought Sue had put that little pouch of embossing powder up on my desk. It was a turquoise pouch.
I'll look for it.
Okay, I was going to mention that option, and I might have just misplaced it in here. Or maybe, I found it.
Yay!
See, all I had to do is have you come back. So moving back to glitter and sparkle embossing powder a little bit. So basically, sparkle embossing powder is embossing powder with glitter in it. And so if you wanted to try to make your own, we have, you guys probably are aware of our Cookie Monster embossing powder that does not have glitter in it. However, if you wanted it to be glittery, you could add some of our loose glitter, silver or sugar cube. I believe that's what Sue did in this little pouch here that we store separately from our other embossing powder. But this has glitter in it. So then you just mix glitter in with the embossing powder and you have your own sparkle embossing powder. Definitely a good option if you have especially other brands that may not come with the glitter already in them. You can always make embossing powders that you have glittery by just adding loose glitter into them. Okay, so next up, let's talk about Fun Foil. This is a super fun product. I have really enjoyed using this, of course, with lots of toner applications. We've talked a lot about different ways to apply this, but a lot of the ways are heat related. So you need that mink machine or a laminator or those type of things. But today I wanted to show you that you can have fun with the TE Fun Foil without using heat. So I have some of our adhesives here on this sheet of white cardstock, and I'm going to grab one of my favorite Fun Foils, Rainbow Stars and Sparkle, and I'm going to pull this out and just cut a little bit off so I can show you some of these other fun ways that you can use Fun Foil even if you don't have a heat source. So basically, all you need to remember is any adhesive can work as a way to apply foil without heat. So what I have here is, I'm going to start actually with this tape runner, and I have a piece of our sticky tape already applied on the piece of paper here. And I just peeled that backing paper off. Now I'm going to apply a little bit of, am I going the wrong way? No. A little bit of the tape runner on there. Now let's go ahead and lay our foil over the top, just like that. And you can burnish it on there with your fingers. Burnish is just kind of press. You can use a bone folder if you want to make sure you're getting nice pressure across there. But sometimes I do find you can scrape a little too hard with the bone folder if you're not careful, and then you get results where your foil looks scratched. Okay, so then we can just pull that up, and you'll see, let me see, this one I didn't quite get down here. All right, the top one isn't wanting to pull off for me. So never mind on the top one, but let me peel back this guy so you can see. Nope, also not working. There we go. You can see what that starts to look like.
Yeah,
you do.
There you go.
Kind of. Maybe I burnished too much. Might have to play with that a little bit because it looks like this bottom version with the tape, I might have just pushed a little too hard and it stuck onto here a little bit more. Let me try one more time. I don't want to give up on this. Or maybe I didn't push hard enough. Maybe that. Nope, I definitely pushed too hard. All right, well, we might have to bring Sue back to show you that because she got a lot better results than I did for the tape runner. But you can see the one up here with the sticky tape on it, how that just came right off. And then I'm gonna try these too and see what happens here. These are just some of our foam tape pieces. So I have squares and circles, and let's put that over the top and press it down. Maybe I should just stop while I'm ahead.
You gotta
There
try
we
all
go.
the things, right?
I know.
You do. That's the fun in crafting.
It seems to go well once you get it started. Like you can see that one did really well. But then this one here is taking a little bit of extra coaxing to get the edge of the foil to start peeling off on that adhesive. But once it does, then it just kind of comes off. Nope, I think I've messed that one up. Okay, well, why don't we do a class on no heat foil methods
Yes.
later? And I will test out all of the options. Oh, this was another one. See, this is where I can't quite get myself to just stop. But I have done this one before and had good luck with sticky sheets. So I'm going to peel this off. I die cut this from a balloon. This is our double-sided sticky sheet. And let's try some red foil. I'm going to cut a new piece of foil this time. Or gold. Gold is nice. Gold is sparkly.
I know. Gotta try all the things. The different colors.
All right, here's a little piece of our gold. Is this one glitter?
Holographic gold glitter.
Holographic gold glitter.
Yes. It's got it all. It's holographic and it's glitter.
There, look at that. Maybe it's just the rainbow foil because now I feel like I've started to pick this off and there it is. A perfect little holographic balloon. So great. Somebody else said a solid tape runner works better than the dotted one, but now I'm curious, so I'm gonna cut a piece of gold foil and try that because maybe some foils are just not created equally. There's a little bit of the dot runner. Well, there. It's perfect. Okay, so I think what we learned today is not all foils are created equally. So the gold worked perfectly on my tape runner, where the rainbow did not. So it's worth a try and a test for the ability to have some really fun applications for your foil without feeling like you have to have a heat source or running it through a heat source every time. There are some fun ways you can still use the foil. All right, let's talk about our last item then. And we're gonna bring in metallic mist. So these are part of our All That Glitters sale as well. They kind of have a glitter slash shimmer to them. And I applied them onto some of our cardstocks so that you could see what they look like. I will definitely hold them up closer to the screen so you can see them. But one of the great things about the metallic mist is it is super easy to apply. You really don't have to have any special technique. You just take that bottle, shake it up, spritz it on your cardstock, and it creates this fun shimmery effect in the background. You can also cover large areas with shimmer, which is a nice perk of this product. And you have to be a little bit okay with free-flowing results, because not one panel is going to turn out exactly the same as the next. You do have little spots and specks and drops, and that's kind of the beauty of the product, is that it looks a little bit more organic in its application. No learning curve, super easy to use. It can be a little messy, so definitely recommend using this inside a splatter box or a shoebox or a garbage can. So lots of options there. All right, then this one here that I've been holding up in the screen, this is our Unicorn Sparkle over Huckleberry cardstock. So let me turn this over. You can see the cardstock is just a plain purple, and then we get that nice shimmer on it. Then next we have the, this is silver, which I think is not quite dry yet. These little drops, if I touch on them, they're not quite dry, so they don't look quite as silvery as they will when they're completely dry. But that is our Shining Star, which is a silver looking mist. And then the last one is our Golden Sun, that gives a nice gold shimmer. I love it. Let's see, ECs, how do you keep it with less larger blobs? I don't know that I achieved less larger blobs, which you can see on both of these. I have some bigger splatters. One of the things that I might recommend trying is wiping your nozzle before you start. So, or whenever you're done, just clean that nozzle off so that you're not getting any of the or not any, but you're probably going to have less of those larger spots if your nozzle is completely clean and the mist is coming out and flowing freely.
I took a little of the alcohol spray on a baby wipe and then did it, and it really helps that glitter come off the nozzle.
Okay. So a little bit of alcohol on the nozzle can help clean it off too. I think that's just a good tip when you're done using it, so that it doesn't crust on there. Such a nice word, crust.
I know.
You don't want a crusty nozzle, so
Clean it up.
So clean it up after you're done with your spray, or before you spray the next time, and you'll get better results as well. All right, so should we get to crafting?
Yay!
Yes, let's do it. I am going to, like I said, create these 3 projects with you, and now that we've talked about all the glitter, you guys have asked some really good questions. If you have any other questions as we create, feel free to post them here and I'll get them answered. And then I'm going to show you all of these different glitter methods that we talked about and how they can be a little bit different. You can kind of pick and choose based on what you want to achieve. But I'm going to start out by showing you the samples and explaining what I did on each of these projects. So my goal was to try 3 different glitter methods or glitter products through a stencil and show you the different results. So if you look and pay attention to the red layer on these words, the red layer is all different glitter applications. So on the Holly Jolly, if I can get it into the light just right, this one I applied Cherry Pop ink and the Tailored Expressions Happy Medium over the top. So you have a translucent glitter paste that you can see through to the ink on the other side. It's a really low profile, so it doesn't sit on top of your cardstock very heavily, but it gives you just that little bit of sparkle and shine in your lettering. Now let's talk about kind of the opposite of that is an opaque paste. So if you look at the red layer on this one is Bee Sting Astro paste on white cardstock. So I didn't put any color underneath this because it dries opaque, and that means you can't see through to the color behind it. It is super concentrated with glitter. And that's one of the things that I love about Astro paste. You can apply it over colored cardstock, black cardstock, really fun things to create that opaque look. All right, then one other thing I wanted to mention as a kind of just an idea to keep in mind while you're creating with either Astro paste or Happy Medium. The nice thing about the Happy Medium is if you're trying to match Tailored Expressions cardstocks or inks, then you know because it dries translucent and you can see the color you applied behind it. If you're using Tailored Expressions ink, you know that it's going to match the cardstock, even if you apply the paste over the top, because you'll be able to see that color underneath. Now the same isn't quite true of the Astro paste. It dries in whatever color they have chosen for their product. So it might not completely match Tailored Expressions colors, but in a lot of ways it's close enough. So I wouldn't say the reds are quite as good of a match on this one as they are on this one, but still really nice looking. And then last we have this one. This was what I told you was my favorite version. So on the red layer here, I applied Glitter Grab with loose glitter, and I got the most intense glittery effect from that application. And it is maybe just a little bit more messy. You have to dump, you can't dip. So I'm gonna show you that when we get to creating this together. But those are the 3 different products that I used when I created this, these projects. All right, so let me grab my 6x6 cardstock. Because these stencils are 6x6, I'm gonna start with the paper pack here in Sugar Cube, and we'll go ahead and tack that down onto the glass mat. Oh, thank you, Michelle, for asking. She asked, how is my daughter feeling? Well, she definitely turned a corner. After our live last week with all of your suggestions, I also called the doctor, and they said to wait a couple more days, and if she still didn't improve, to bring her back in. And thankfully, she was back at school by Thursday last week. She only made it half a day. But then Friday was a full day. Yesterday, she made it a full day. So I think we are rounding that corner. I know the cough is going to hang on for a little while, but definitely feeling better. And I'm not the, anxious, worried mom that I was last week. So thank you, everybody, for your concern and suggestions. And if you're watching and you're not sure what was happening, our middle child, our daughter, had pneumonia, and she just wasn't making improvements, and so I was worried, but sounds like we're good. Okay, so winter green is going to be this first layer of the stencil. I chose the green layer because the holly leaves are on this layer, and if you want to go with kind of your traditional colors, holly would typically be green, so that's why I went with the green here. I'm not going to do a lot of blending, dimensional blending on this, because really where we want the pop to come in is with that red layer and all the different glitter applications that we're going to do. right, make sure I get my squares blended also so that I have those for the next layer lineup. Save my pieces of teal tape and we'll get going on layer number 2.
I have to say that I love this set. I had the opportunity to craft with it.
We have to show your card.
I don't want to show it to it.
Yes, I forgot. Where is it? You didn't set it out for me to share today.
I will think about it. No. I'll get it, but I love this set.
Whitney is crafty. And
I did it, you guys.
she has these ideas and then she's so funny when she comes to craft with us. Like, I have so many ideas, you guys, and then it's actually executing them is a little different than what she
I don't know if
thinks.
anyone else feels that pain, but it's like, I have all of these ideas, and then I ask Taylor 20 million questions about how to execute them. She's like, I thought this was supposed to be your card.
So here's the card Whitney made.
I made a
It's
card.
so pretty.
I did it.
I love it. So if you see in the background, she used the, what is that called? Thrill of Hope, I think?
Yes.
It's a pull apart background stamp. So there's a sentiment that goes in the middle, but you can remove the sentiment and just use the kind of twiggy design around the outside, which is what she did tone on tone in the background and then blended the edges, added the cute little holly. We've got Joy to the World then is in the center. Oh, and you splattered.
I did.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, the joy.
So cute. And you picked out I should talk about your color combination because you picked out your own colors,
Oh,
which
did.
I thought were very unique and I loved how they turned out. But now you're going to have to remind me because I know it's pear
Yes.
and
Pear,
fruit punch.
fruit punch, raspberry.
Raspberry sorbet. Yes.
Yes.
So pear, fruit punch, and raspberry sorbet are the 3 colors that she used on there. We've got lots of, you did great, Whitney. Way to go, Whitney. Great card, Whitney.
Thanks, friends.
More crafting in your future.
Yes.
All right, so next up I'm going to use Strawberry Milkshake. This is layer 2 of the stencil. And this again is just going to be quickly blended. I'm not worrying about the dimension because I want that 3rd and final layer to be the one that really pops. Who's getting excited for their advent calendar?
Eeks. Like weekly eeks.
I
Like
know.
Daily eeks.
Daily.
Ah.
Daily excitement. Did you pre-order the advent calendar? We did do a pre-order back in, I believe it was July, for the advent calendar that we put out every year. It's a crafty advent calendar. It's something just for you to open every day in December. Well, I guess through Christmas, through the 25th, 25 days of special gifts. And then we do special lives where we use all the crafty things, and it's one of my favorite times of the year. So if you didn't get your advent calendar pre-ordered, we did make a few extras. There will be limited quantity available, but you'll want to mark your calendars for November 5th, and that's when those extra advent calendars will become available, and you can grab one, snatch one up, because you don't want that FOMO, fear of missing out, once you start seeing the little gifts inside. I am so excited. I know I say that every year, but every year the advent calendar is fun to kind of ideate for and see all those little things come to life. Of course, we have a budget we have to hit, so it's kind of fun to see like what we can pack in, all the fun stuff we can pack in for that that fun calendar. Okay, so we've got layer 3, and I am going to be doing 3 different things on here. So Holly Jolly is going to have the translucent Tailored Expressions Happy Medium red glitter paste, this one. And we're going to apply that over a layer of ink. So I'm going to ink this one first. Then we're going to apply the Astro Paste Bee Sting, which is red. Opaque red Astro Paste is going to go over this layer with no color underneath. And then this layer is going to be Glitter Grab with Cherry Pop loose glitter. This one. All right, so I am going to get out a couple supplies. Always good to have a baby wipe ready when you're doing stuff like this. We are going to blend our Cherry Pop onto the Holly Jolly first.
Andrea just asked if the advent calendar is better than last year, and I just have to say, I can't wait.
Me too.
It's so hard keeping secrets. I just want to be like, if you haven't got it, you should probably just run.
Yeah.
You should just run and get one.
I know. We've been using several of the things that are in the advent calendar in our craft room since we got like the samples in and stuff. And I just keep saying, oh, I can't wait till this comes out so we can like use it and show it. But I always am like, oh, I have to use this because this isn't out yet. Even though what I really want to use is the cool thing in the advent calendar.
Yep.
Okay.
All soon enough, right?
Soon and very soon. Okay, so I'm going to run late today. Okay, everybody?
I'll allow it.
I did a lot of talking about glitter, so hopefully that was valuable for people, but it took a little extra time. Okay, so I have our Happy Medium Glitter Gel, which again is translucent. It dries clear, and the red bits of glitter then are over the top. Now, in our kind of dry time test, this took the longest to dry. So just another thing to keep in mind. And I would say it was rounding the 30-minute mark to get this completely dry. The others weren't completely dry either, but it was the least dry. So another option, if you're trying to dry things quickly, you can always do heat tool. Just make sure you're not holding it too close to your paper or burning it. Okay, now down here on this Joy, we're going to take the Astro paste, which in the jar looks a little bit different because it doesn't look super intense red. It looks more like this mixture of glitter in a white paste, but it is opaque, which means all we have to do is apply this over the top of white cardstock or any color cardstock. If you were to do this on toffee, then you could apply the glitter over toffee, and it's going to dry red and you won't see the white behind it. You do want to make sure that you get a nice thick application because there is so much glitter in here. If you really scrape it down, you are going to see some chunks of white or whatever the color is behind it. So just make sure that you are getting it applied more thickly. It is going to sit on top of your cardstock higher than like the Happy Mediums would. All right, so we'll wipe that up. And then our last one, we are going to do Glitter Grab with Cherry Pop loose glitter over the top. So the first thing, oh, you know what? I need a piece of scratch paper. Can you grab that for me? Thank you. Okay, so Glitter Grab first. And this is a paste that dries clear. It has a lot of different uses. So if you leave it wet and apply glitter over the top, that is why it is named Glitter Grab. But guess what else it works for? Foiling. So if you let it dry, it dries clear, and you can place your foil over the top and send it through a heat source like your Mink, and your foil will adhere to the Glitter Grab, which is awesome. Love that method of foiling. So it's a dual purpose kind of gel that you can use in multiple ways. I love it. Okay. Thank you. Whitney got me my piece of scratch paper because we are going to have to dump the glitter on. Whit, can you come and grab this from me? Because it does need to be washed right away. You don't want those pastes to dry on the stencil, or you will have a hard time later. Okay, so we are going to pull this here. I just want to do everything very carefully since things are wet. And then we'll take the Cherry Pop glitter, and I'm going to make sure that I'm only sprinkling the glitter on the Mary part of my project here. So we're just going to dump that across the glitter grab while it's still wet. We don't want to wait for it to dry. Tap that off as much as we can. And then there you see that beautiful, bold red glitter on that layer. Now you will see there is some glitter left behind on these other layers. What I do is just wait for this layer to dry, and then I dust it off with a little paintbrush to get all those extra little bits of glitter. So don't worry about them now, just leave them. If you try to get them off while this is still wet, you will mess it up, I promise. It will happen. So just try to be patient, set it aside until it's fully dry, and then you can take a paintbrush and just brush over the word, and it will remove the unstuck bits of glitter, but it will leave all of your glitter grab glitter in place. So let me pull this in because I did this ahead of time. In order to move on with our project, I needed to have a completely dry version. So you can see this one's dry now. Here's what the joy is going to look like when it's wet on the right and dry on the left. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it is definitely not bold and vibrant here. So as it dries, that really strong glitter look will come out. And then what I was saying before is wait for this to dry, and then you can grab a paintbrush if you have something even bigger than this, and you can kind of brush off the excess glitter that's loose. But that glitter grab is going to keep that glitter in place. If you do rub it, it's not like our glitter cardstock. It is on there. It's not going to come off, but it will shed just a little bit on your finger if you do rub over it. This one doesn't shed, so there's a nice thing about that as well. All right, I'm going to put the wet one aside, and we are going to continue with our crafting. Let me grab my little bit of alcohol here, and I'm getting the adhesive off because I had adhesive down in the middle there. It takes a little bit of extra. Does anybody have a glitter rag? I know there are microfiber cloths and things like Swiffer cloths that you can wipe up glitter with, and that helps keep the mess off your desk as well. All right, so I'm going to take the dies now, and we are going to die cut these. I like to trim them just a touch because there's not a ton of space in between, but there's plenty of space to trim these apart, and then it's a little easier to fit it through your die cut machine. So I have the word Mary, and we'll do that one first. I love seeing everybody's comments that it's been great to see me mess up. So I guess it is good to see sometimes that we all have flips and flops in our craft room, and we just keep trying all the things. All right, so there's Mary. Oh, that's a good idea. Someone said they have a glitter brush that they specifically use for glitter, removing those extra glitter bits. Then you're not getting glitter in the bristles of your nice watercolor brushes. So smart thinking there. All right, so I am cutting out the joy here using the coordinating die. And then I'm also going to use the largest of our stitched circle stacklets, and I'm going to place that around the edge as well. So I want both of those pieces die cut. It looks like I can fit them both at the same time. So I'll tack that one down. And then we'll do Holly Jolly as well. I really can't craft with this Holly Jolly without singing.
I know!
I'm resisting, you guys. I feel like I've done a little too much singing lately, and I'm holding back. All right. So there's the Holly Jolly. Now we have our circle with the joy cut out of it. All right, we want to save both of these pieces because I'm going to use the joy and slightly offset it inside of the circle that has all of the fun little markings around it. And before I put that big circle die away, I am going to cut it out of fun foil. This is the gold holographic glitter foil. And this will be a no foil technique where you can just kind of glue it behind something else to really make it sparkle. Looks like other people have Swiffers for loose glitter. Samson and Reagan, your helpful dogs. Okay, so we've got this die cut then out of foil, and I'm going to place that. I've got get the tape off of here, and then this will just pop out for me. And this piece is going to go behind here so that when I offset that word, you're going to see sparkly glitter behind it. So in order to apply that, I will just take my little tape runner here and make sure that I get it mostly around the edges and on these little spots in the middle. And then adhere this over the top. All right, then if we take this piece and use some foam tape, I think maybe I had my foam squares on the table behind you there. I can do some fringing of foam also. Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna switch to these. I like the ones that are pre-cut for me, so I don't have to do as much fringing. And we'll put some foam on here and then slightly offset that so you get the pretty view of the glitter foil behind it. Okay. I do have lots of my pieces already pre-cut for assembling these, so I can go through that part pretty quickly and make sure you guys have all the color info you want and need in order to recreate these. So a little bit of offset on that joy, and you're going to get almost like a little shadow of sparkle. And then this is going to get adhered down to a circle that was die cut with our larger circle stacklets set. Let me pull it out here with my other pieces. And we'll tack that down here. All right, so that one's gonna go on this card. Let's talk about this one for a second. In order to offset that pretty word, the Merry, we are going to adhere it to a couple of layers that are die cut from glitter cardstock. So I die cut this from our green glitter and gold glitter, and I'll just take and apply the glue here. Apply a little glue on the back. Tack it down first to the green, leaving a little bit of border along the edge on the bottom. I decided not to use the red glitter cardstock for my die cut because I used red glitter in the word. I tried it and it just felt like a lot of red glitter. And then we'll offset this one a little bit as well. There's what our Merry sentiment looks like. That's going to go on this piece of cherry pop. I did already die cut this with the diagonal stitch rectangle stacklet, and I'm going to stamp it with the Wonky grid background. I'm going to show you guys my method for stamping when I don't feel like setting everything up in my MISTI, which this would be something Susan would consider living on the edge, but that's what I like to do. So sometimes I just leave my stamp on the panel that it comes on, and I ink it up. Tell me if you do this. Anybody else sometimes just feel like not going through all the steps? Okay, so I'm going to take my scratch paper, make sure that I have that ready, and then I'm going to place that down centered on my background. Put this right over the top and then just press it down on top of my paper. I always keep one hand in contact with the paper, pressing it down so that it doesn't shift. And then when I pull this off, I grab one corner and kind of peel it up. Perfectly stamped background. Waiting to see if anybody else lives on the edge with me. Kathy, I do that too. 100th Avenue does it as well. Not sure your name on that, but I love it. We're, yes, similar crafters. All right, there we go. That's what that one's going to look like. Now, a couple other pieces that are included in my sample. I don't have to glue these all down for you guys, but I did use the little holly leaves a couple different times. These holly leaves happen to be the perfect size for so many things. They are from our Peppermint Kisses die and stencil combo. And I just tucked those in right over the Merry here. And then I wanted a little bit, a sentiment to kind of go with the Merry. So I ended up with this sentiment, Merry Everything, which I liked. The everything came from our Big Happy clear add-ons set. So that Big Happy is a cling and clear, and it comes with all of these little words that you can pair with the word happy. So happy everything. There's also, of course, happy birthday. There was another one in the set that said you make me happy, or I thought it could look cute, you make me merry, for Christmas as well. So here's about what that will look like when I get that one glued down with that Merry Everything. Then we have our Holly Jolly. So I have a vertical card base. Oh, sorry, this one goes with this one. Horizontal card base, wintergreen. Then I have a vertical card base here. I die cut this with the Fanfare piercing plate for the background. And then I have one of my A2 thin frames cut from gold foil cardstock. I tried the gold glitter cardstock. Honestly, I thought it was just too much glitter. So I went with the foil, and that's not part of the sale, but you could definitely go for the glitter if that's what you want to do as well. I also added some glitter drops on my original card here. You can see I added glitter drops to those little pieces of holly that I wanted them to be a little bit bigger, more prominent. So I actually covered up the holly from the stencil layer and added in the holly leaves here with some glitter drop berries on them. So there's our second card. And then last, I wanted to show you a little bit of heat foiling. It's been a little while since I've done that, so I'm going to get my machine out here and start heating up my mini mink. I wanted these to look really bold and graphic, so when I was designing, I was looking for patterns that were kind of lines and stripes, and that's how I ended up with the Fanfare and the Wonky grid background. And this was actually the card that I finished last, so I knew I wanted to do something with foiling. So I went to my foilet, actually I went to my filet to look at my foilets, because we have them organized so nicely.
Yes!
Thank you, Whitney. And I found this one. So this is foilet, now you're gonna have to help me with the name.
Stripes.
Just foilet stripes.
Yeah.
Okay, it has many different stripe patterns in it. The stripes are far enough apart so that you can cut strips of different colored foils and make a foiled rainbow if you wanted to. But in this case, I'm going to use the glitter, is it Red Stars and Sparkle, I believe? And I'm gonna foil the stripes with that. And then we're gonna cut that down and kind of put it on the bottom half of our project to finish off that card. So again, the toner foiling does require a heat source. I'm using the Mini Mink, and I have our Foil Magic shim inside of the 6x6 carrier folder. I'm heating this up to a setting of 3, and once it gets there, it will beep and turn green. So I'm not gonna put it through quite yet, but here's how that card is kind of coming out. We've got our vertical card base. We have our Fanfare, again cut into the sugar cube layer this time. And then down here at the bottom is where our foil panel will go with the joy over the top. I saw this question come through once, so while this is heading through, the card that I have here, the Joy to the World, Whitney had that same To the World on her card, and I saw somebody had asked where that came from. So Whitney, you might have to help me with that too. Here's the little set. This little set is called Fly Your Flag 2, and it has lots of words that happen to go with the word joy. Joy to you and yours, joy to the world, wishing you joy, glad tidings of joy. This was released with our Wreathed in Joy stamp and stencil combo a couple years ago. So happens to work really well with what we have now in this particular joy. All right, there we go. Let's let it cool down just a touch. We have Tani, who's new here, said, what's the name of the machine you just turned on? It's gonna be your new favorite, Tani, someday. This is called the Mini Mink, and it is a heat source that does toner foiling. So we have toner printed cards that you send through the machine, and then when you peel back this foil piece here, you're gonna see the foil stuck to all of the portions that were printed with black toner. And you end up with this beautifully foiled design. Now, of course, I will end up cutting this down and then placing it kind of towards the bottom of this card base with the joy over the top. And then I have To the World from the Fly Your Flag 2 clear stamp, die cut with our sentiment strips. So we have a set of dies that die cut these little strip rectangles, and many of these will fit inside of those rectangle strips. So that will be the final card there. Let me pull all 3 of them back in so you can see the finished ones. Sometimes I wonder, do people really want to watch me glue things together? So I hit the high points today. We're already over time. But here are those 3 projects that we walked through today, really with the purpose of giving you guys an idea of different applications for these glitter pastes and loose glitters and cardstock and foil, all the glittery, shimmery things. EC says foiling is so magical. You are so right. I love it every time, even though I've done it hundreds of times. It's still every time I get excited about the peel and reveal. All right, well, I am going to say farewell to you guys. I will make the announcement that we do not have a live on Thursday. So I know those of you that aren't coming to Stamp Joy, you'll have to kind of mark your calendars, get it in your brains that we will be off setting up for the event. And so no live on Thursday, but I will plan to see you guys next week, Tuesday. In the meantime, hopefully I'll see you soon, or have fun shopping our All That Glitters category under Shop, All That Glitters on the Tailored Expressions website. I hope you enjoyed the live today and learned something new. I will see you next